All right, everybody, welcome back. Game 2 of the weekend in Cleveland, Barons Bus Arena. First one was a 7-3 loss by the Penguins, or against the Penguins. And so we're going to kick off game 2. We've got Siegel, Baru, and Goldberg with Bowen and Ladigan as your defensive pairing. Barons are going to go D to D, up, knocked, taken away by Goldberg, and sent back to the blue line. Barons come in, dump the puck into the net, Brush it, pushes it aside. Bowen comes over, challenges the Barons player, knocks it up the side, tip back down below. Bowen in pursuit, looks. He takes off one, now 2 Barons players. They start to cycle it behind, and Bowen grabs it and chips it up to Baru. Hits his skate and across, deflected by Bowen, and now the Barons take it. Pass in front, gathered by Ladigan, knocked away by Brush it, and rebound knocked in the net. 1-0 Barons. Good, not true. So an early 1-0 lead. Vickers, Armstrong, and Schweitzer step in. They knock that puck forward. Schweitzer takes the puck, goes wide, pulls up, looks, goes to the point to Foligno. Foligno survey, shot low on the ground, deflected once, not once, but twice. Just wide of the net, up front to Zachi, slap shot, steps into it, rebound, or block shot, kicked in front to Armstrong, and they're not able to get the shot. Zachi pressures the first one now. Foligno comes over to try. Pass in front, behind the first man, but taken by the second Barons player, knocked wide of the net. Schweitzer down low, takes it around to the other side. Armstrong and Vickers both step up. Armstrong takes a high, hard hit from one of the Barons players who lost his stick. Now Vickers continues on in the zone. Pass in front, rebound, shot and rebound. Oh, what a shot! And saved by the Barons goaltender to get his right toe on it. Schweitzer in point blank and stopped by the Barons goaltender. That one's knocked down. Going to be icing on the play. No icing. Knocked 15 feet from behind the red line, but they wave it off. Bowen has the puck. He surveys, tries to go cross ice, almost picked off. Goes to Baru. Baru comes up into the zone, challenges, through his skate, shot just wide. That one hit the goaltender of the Barons and just kicked wide of the net. Rimmed around behind the net. Baru in pursuit. Now Lohr comes over. Goldberg stays high, cut to the middle by the defenseman of the Barons, and up they come. Shot high and wide over into the corner. And Goldberg challenges. Bowen steps out. That puck gets centered in the middle, through everybody, gathered now by the Barons and rimmed back behind. Ladigan in pursuit. Barons are going to go on a line change. Pens go to the winger, look, and Barons are out. Cross ice pass to Baru. Tips off his stick back to center red, and back in come the Barons. Throwing a cross ice to Ladigan. Ladigan pulls up, cuts directions, and starts to move with it. Comes in, looks, dumps it down, and rimmed around. Goldberg comes in. He's first on the puck. Comes up high, cycles, looks. That one's knocked over to the boards and chipped back to the blue line and just out. Back on the Barons, 1-on-4. Split the forwards, shot high and wide. Zachi tries to get it up. That's deflected away. Now Schweitzer down low. He tries to turn, met by a Barons body, kicks out front, and Armstrong takes it. Knocked back to center red, and tipped back up to Foligno. Now Schweitzer. Foligno looks, cuts across, gets it, knocks off his stick, gathered by the Barons. Schweitzer with a nice play. He gets tripped and then dumped on. Armstrong cuts across, stays on side to Schaefer, cross ice pass, not able to get through to him, and out come the Barons. Much like the first game, a very flowy back and forth game with not much stoppage on the breakouts. Both teams are kind of able to just come out at will with their breakout. This one goes back to center ice. Thrown off of Armstrong, though. He comes around, gathers, looks, goes across to Schaefer. Schaefer tries to take the shot, but tracked down from behind, and back on the Barons now, 2-on-1. Now 2-on-2, Foligno's out. Shot, gloved, and rebound held by Brushet. Eagle, Goldberg, and Lohr with Bowen and Ladigan. Puck won by the Barons. And 2-on-1 in tight. Pass across. Stopped by Brushet. Bowen took the pass. It still got through. I'm not sure if he got a stick or Brushet did. Nice save there regardless. I think it was Sammy who got the leg on it. And they dig. Out to the point to Ladigan. Ladigan rims it around. And that's going to miss the Penguins and come to the Barons. Barons throw it up. Goldberg grabs it, though. Throws it across. In the feet. They gather. Knocked aside. Goldberg looks. Shot. Wide into the corner. And they do battle along the boards. Goldberg knocks it down to Siegel. He's got Lohr cutting. Tries to get it to him, gets deflected. Siegel takes a shot from behind, goes face first into the boards. And the Barons come out. They are able to get it out and stepped up on by Lohr, but back they come. They drive wide, attempted pass. And up we come. Goldberg comes in one-on-one, shot wide. He'll go for a change. The rest of the line changed. We've got Vickers, Schaefer, and Schweitzer out there with Foligno and Zachi currently. Schweitzer gathers it. He comes up, head up, chips it around, and goes in after it. Vickers stays up high to support on the boards. Now comes down low. He gathers it. Wraparound attempt, stop, and covered. .7:48 to go. First period, 1-0 Barons. Face-off won by the Barons, but gathered in by Schaefer. He tries to go cross ice to Foligno. Foligno steps up, blows a tire, but still hits the puck back. And in come the Barons now. Vickers does a nice job there, rimmed around, and Zachi's going to go get it. Luca Zachi throws up to Tyson Schaefer, who chips it up to Vickers, and then now to Schweitzer, who gets tripped. No call. Offside are the Penguins. And that one's knocked over to Schaefer, who enters his own. He dumps it around. And Schweitzer will go dig at it. In front to Vickers, shot, deflected, save made, rebound, save made. And another shot, save made. Thus far, the Barons goaltender has stood on his head. Some point blank, fantastic saves and rebounds. 3 quick shots there by the Penguins, all able to be knocked down. Vickers comes back, dumps it down, gonna be far enough for icing, and it is. 6:52 to go, first period. Eagle, Baru, and Lohr won by the Barons, thrown D to D and knocked out. Defenseman trips, is able to get back up and recover there. And thrown in. Stepped up on by Ladigan. And in come the Barons now. Siegel with a back check. He's able to knock at the center. Baru comes back. Goes in between. Gets the puck knocked off and into the corner. He swings it around. Ladigan steps up. He pinches down. Nice hold there. Looks. Surveys. Goes to Baru. Baru looks. He's going to swing it the other way now. He gets tied up. And Lohr comes down. Lohr gathers it in. Goes over to Siegel. Siegel tries to tip it to Baru. And they're going to slap it down the ice. Not far enough for icing somehow. Yet It was an icing call. And Bowen in the corner does work. He chips up to Baru. Knocked away by one of the Barons players, and now Siegel comes down to help out. Siegel gathers the puck, and it goes to Ladigan behind. Ladigan surveys, goes to Lohr. Lohr looks, chips it up to center, and they will swing around with the Barons. Stepped up on, but not knocked off the stick. Two Penguins defensemen step up there nicely and stop the Barons player and send it back to center ed. So 5:36 to go. First period action. And back on the Barons now. Stepped up on by Bowen. They shot knocked to the corner by Brushett. And Zachi with the backhand to the blue line, but held in nicely by the Barons. Zachi has it, throws it up to Armstrong. Armstrong chips it, and can he get it out? He does get it out. Goes back to center red, and the Barons gather on. In they come. Shot blocked by Bowen, left in front by knocked by Zachi. He throws up to Armstrong and knocked back to center. Back come the Barons again. Stepped up on Zachi. That's knocked into the corner. In front, wide open, knocked wide. Bowen gathers on. He looks, throws up to Armstrong. His stick's lifted at center ice. And in go the Penguins now. Schaefer looks, shot high and wide there. And that one goes into the corner. Go the Penguins to center red's hard slash there down on the Schaefer's hand. And Enzo Vickers takes a big bump. He goes flying. And back on the Barons. Foligno steps up, sends the Barons player, sends the puck into the corner, gathered on by Zachi. Zachi looks up to Goldberg. It kicks off his stick, goes to the point, shot, blockered away, rebound cleared. How was that one icing? And the Penguins are guilty of icing. 4 minutes to go. First period. All right, so Siegel, Baru, Goldberg with Bowen and Ladigan tied up, gathered on by Goldberg. Baru in behind, chipped up. Baru's going to gather it. Goldberg goes to the net. Siegel high, shot. That one goes behind the net. Goldberg over. Thrown in front, knocked aside into the corner. And the Barons stop, pull up. Baru with the pressure there. Puck's behind him, he doesn't see it. And out. Nope, the Barons don't come out. It hits the skate and goes back in. Siegel up high. He tries to knock it in, is not able to do so. And now the Barons come out. Stepped up on by Bowen. And Goldberg is going to knock the puck back in. Barons try to go around, but hits the net. Now Siegel's over there. Ladigan comes down. And Ladigan's able to get it back down to Siegel. Siegel looks, surveys, has it knocked off his stick. Dances some more. Now stepped up on by one of the Barons players. Knocked from Ladigan to Bowen. Bowen knocks it over to the corner, and Siegel's going to take ownership. Back to center red, and pocket pick there. Too many men for the Barons, it wasn't called. They actually had 7 men on the ice there and didn't get called. And then ended up a man short because they had so many on. Kind of a weird play there. They went from too many men to not enough. They chip it around. Foligno steps up. He comes back and gathers on nicely. Turns around, surveys, goes up off the boards, but held in and rimmed back around. Zachi's going to go back to gather it. 2:32 to go. He goes up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer, 3 men converge on him right at the blue line, hold it in, chip it around Zachi, and Foligno comes from the weak side to gather on. He looks, throws it up to Armstrong. Armstrong chicks it to Vickers, and back to center red. Barons staying very high in their forecheck, really stymieing the Penguins' rush now after they had very clean ice and were able to get out very easily with their zone exits. Penguins finding it much more difficult now with so many Barons high to do so. They're more content to just throw it back to center red and regroup. So the Barons regroup. Throw it in. Zachi gathers, throws up to center red, and offside are the Barons. 1:50 to go. First period, 1-0 Cleveland. Taking a break for the official, tending to his skates, it looks like. All right, board's locked, and we're ready to go. So we've got Vickers, Armstrong, and Schaefer with Foligno and Zachary. Thrown up to center red, Vickers pressures, turned off, and up comes Edmonds. Centering pass, knocked away by Foligno. And now Vickers down low. Comes up with a head of steam, throws up, nice pass to Schweitzer, kicks off of it though, and goes down. Stepped up on by Zachary. Now Vickers with a nice back check. He comes back and helps out. Centering pass knocked away. Armstrong's pass to Zachary connects. Big slash there, not called. Schweitzer going to drive to the net. Played nicely there by the Barons player. And out come the Barons. Stepped up on by Vickers. They continue forward. 2-on-3-on-2 if they hug. Now it's a 2-on-1. Bowen back, takes the shot, or takes the pass, and the shot goes wide. Now Armstrong comes up. That shot's going to rim all the way around. Can Vickers get there? Armstrong following on. Clears through. Comes to Bowen at the point. Chipped over him. Now Ladigan comes back. He gathers on. Tries to circle around. Goes to Armstrong. Armstrong goes to Lohr. Lohr chips it up. He's got a step. Can he go? And offsides and body check happen at the same time. .3 to go, first period, 1-0 Barons. Baru, Goldberg, and Lohr with Ladigan and Bowen. And Barons chip it down. And Bowen gathers on. Looks to go behind the net, stops, is met by two Barons player. Now Ladigan comes down low to help and support. He does battle. Barons grab it, try to center it, comes out high. They turn, taken away by Goldberg, 17 to go. He's got Baru. He hits him. His shot got blocked, and over to the corner it goes. Thrown up for icing with 4-3. There we go with 4 seconds left. And Baru steps in. Face-off's tied up. Comes to Bowen at the point. He looks and dumps it around. That'll be the end of the first period. We'll join you back here momentarily after a brief intermission. Welcome back to second period action. Schweitzer, Schaefer, and Armstrong with Foligno and Zachary. Puck one to Zachary. He surveys, goes cross ice. That one's going to go all the way into the corner. And Armstrong on the puck. Back to Foligno. Foligno looks, tips it down. Armstrong goes in front to Schweitzer, kicks over his stick now into the corner. Gathered on by the Barons, challenged by Schaefer. And Schweitzer takes the puck away. He curls, looks. Goes back down low. Looks to Armstrong. Armstrong takes a rub from behind. And Schaefer on the puck now. Schweitzer in down low. Armstrong catches it. Looks. And he takes a bump again. Thrown to the point and gathered on by the Barons. Back they come 2-on-2. Drive wide. Knocked aside by Foligno into the corner. The centering pass is knocked back by Brushett. And Schweitzer goes up to Schaefer. Only it wouldn't make it worse if Siegel was on this line with all the S's. And Armstrong takes it now behind the net. He tries to come out, not able to do so. And the Barons are going to skate it out. And in they come. Shot blocked by Zachary. And Siegel down low to clean up the puck. Met by one of the Barons, who now has possession. Curls. And Foligno takes the puck. Taken over again by the Barons player. Shot, gloved, and held by Brushett. 12:35 to go for second period. Siegel, Lohr, Goldberg, Bowen, and Ladigan. Siegel didn't even have both hands on the stick when the puck's dropped. Out to the point, shot, blocked by Bowen. And Siegel down there, shot wide. And Bowen goes to the corner to do battle. Siegel over to the other corner to gather on. He looks, cuts to the middle, and is met by one of the Barons. He's able to chip it up to Lohr. And Lohr and Siegel, the puck comes back. Back come the Barons now. Ladigan in a foot race. He's able to knock the puck into the corner. And cycles around, goes to Goldberg. Goldberg looks, chips it up to center. Gathered back on by the Barons. Thrown up just past Goldberg. He comes back and throws it back to the defenseman of the Barons. Now Siegel will go chase. Hits off his skate. He dumps it around, and now Lohr's going to go after it and work. Gathered on by the Barons. They beat the first man behind the net. Cut through the second one. Cross-ice pass, and back they come. 2-on-2. He's going to challenge Ladigan one-on-one. Shot wide of the net, and Bowen into the corner. He chips it up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer's met with the body at the blue line, held in, now chipped out, and they have a chance that they can go. Can't get past the Baron defenseman. Nice play there by the defenseman. Bowen back to gather on. He's met immediately by one of the Barons players. Beats him. Looks. Tries to get it up to Schaefer. Now goes to Vickers and Schaefer right in between the two. And back they come. Edmonds back with the puck. Bowen steps up on him, knocks it off. Bowen blocks the shot now. Edmonds finds it. Shot hits off of Bowen again. Now Schweitzer has it. He gets pushed from behind. And back come the Barons again. They're onside, and they're going to dump the puck. That goes all the way around. Ladigan's in pursuit now. And Schaefer takes it. He comes down low to support his defenseman, but held back in by the Barons. And up in the air, out to Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks, and he's going to take it. Dumping into the far corner. And they do work. Comes out, tries to come out. From the knees, throws it out. Ladigan steps up, shot. Blocker aside by the Barons goaltender. And back they come. Looks to go. Ladigan goes up to Schaefer. Schaefer looks on offside. Looked to be onside to me, but called offside by the official. I'm much closer to the line than he was there on that call. So take it for what it's worth. I'm just a home official. So 10-11 to go. Second period. 1-0 Barons. Siegel, Lohr, Baru with Foligno and Zachary. Puck is offside that time. I will agree with that call, official. And we're going to have a face-off to the left of the Barons goaltender now. Siegel steps in, wins that one to Foligno. He surveys, looks to go D-to-D. They come down and pressure. And now in come the Barons. Shot, knocked aside by Brushett into the corner. And up to Zachary. Zachary's going to he's going to push it. Chips it up. Past the stick of Brew, and the Barons gather on. They're going to swoop down in front of their own net and then just chip it to safe space there. Siegel over. Throws it down to Baru. Baru has Lohr. Didn't have Lohr. He had three guys in front of him. Might have had Lohr, but it was Not a very good pass to make. So they converged quickly and shut that down, and now the Barons come out 2-on-2. They come across, go wide, look, shot, misses the net and goes behind. Rebound, or the missed shot bounces off the boards and comes back out. The Barons player in front, Fed, misses his stick, and Foligno passes it to Baru. Baru goes to Lore. Now comes Lore. Toe drag in, looks, throws it in front, knocked aside, and gathered on by Baru. He's met with some body contact trying to come out from behind the net and isn't able to get a clean shot. Vickers back nicely, covers up. Not too many men, now too many men. Not called now. Schaefer's in clean, he's got a breakaway. Looks, shot, high glove and held by the Barons goaltender. Proven to be a tough task to beat him tonight. He's high out on his crease and challenges the player. Vickers, Schaefer, Armstrong with Bowen and Ladigan is your defensive pairing. Vickers steps in. And that's knocked to the far side. Schaefer in pursuit, gathered on by the Barons. And he now does battle. Schaefer goes around, throws it in front, just wide, and overcome the Barons. They throw it to the point, gathered back on by Bowen. He looks, chips it up, misses Armstrong, and back come the Barons now. And behind Bowen, and they come back in 2-on-1. Look, pass, blocked by Ladigan nicely. And out to the point. Challenged by Armstrong, dumped into the corner. Bowen in pursuit. He's met by one, and now the Penguins come down low. Out to the point, shot, blocked by Ladigan. Puck into the corner, out front, shot. And shot goes in. And 2-0 Barons. Good. 7:47 to go. Second period. And Ladigan challenges. They throw in front. Butwin knocks it to the side. Now he gathers on again. He throws it up to Goldberg. Goldberg looks, goes up to Siegel. And in comes Siegel. Drives wide, looks, shot, kicked aside. Goldberg with the backhand. Now turns it around, looks, drags it in between the player, goes into the skates, and now back to center ice it goes. Ladigan regroups, circles, looks, goes to Siegel. He gets tripped. And in comes Lore. Lore drives wide, looks. Survey shot up into the mask. Ladigan shot, gloved, sitting there, rebound. And they're not able to put it home. Drives wide, shot off a brush it, rebound, score. Centered in front, knocked aside, knocked aside though. Foligno steps up. He's met by one of the Barons, still trying to get it down low, and out to the point it comes. Schweitzer decides to pinch up, goes through him, but Zachi comes over, covers, and chips it up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer is met by a Barons player, goes back to center ice. And delayed penalty call coming against the Barons. Foligno looks, goes in front, shot, held and saved by the Barons goaltender yet again. Barons goaltender is certainly standing on his head at this point. absolutely robbing the Penguins at any given moment. Zachary and Foligno with Vickers, Schweitzer, and Armstrong for the power play with 5:59 to go. I'm going to put a minute and 30 up on the board. And gathered on by Armstrong. He goes down to Schweitzer. That's cut off, but Armstrong's up high. Knocks it back down over Schweitzer's stick, and he goes in behind it. Centers in front, knocked aside. Right idea. Just, unfortunately, they were there. Nice hold at the point by Zachary with a little soccer move there. And Schweitzer takes it. He goes up to Armstrong, and the Barons are able to knock that pass away. Up they come. Cross-ice pass gathered by Foligno. Not gathered by Foligno. Got his stick lifted by the Barons player, and then he comes to the corner. Thrown up to Armstrong. Armstrong's got a head of steam, and, throws it up to Schweitzer, who got tripped by the falling Barons player. And Vickers with a nice back check. He throws it up the center, gathered on by the Barons, and back they come. Drives wide, shot, gloved and held by Brushett. .7 seconds remaining on the penalty to the Cleveland Barons. Siegel, Baru, Goldberg with Bowen and Ladigan. Bowen gathers on, gets it knocked off of his stick. And centering pass knocked away by Ladigan, past the stick of Siegel. Baru goes up to Goldberg. Goldberg is going to split the D, drives wide. They take each other out. Shot, knocked down, rebound is going to be held by the Barons goaltender. .440 to go, second period, 11 seconds remaining on the power play. Siegel steps in, wins that to Baru, but then the Barons come up, they take the puck away, and dumped in by Ladigan. Rimmed back up, hits one of the Penguins players on the bench, and we'll have a whistle. Puck dropped outside the zone. Oh, they're going to say inside the zone. All right. Steps in. He wins the puck to Baru. Baru's met by a Barons player. Penalty kill, power play is over for the Penguins. That puck's dumped and rimmed around. Ladigan in pursuit. Throws up to Goldberg. Takes a weird hop to Siegel. And up in the air, just out. Goldberg chips it up to Siegel again. Onside. Siegel has it. Cuts across the middle. Looks. Shot. Deflected. Just hits the goaltender's toe, it looked like again. And up to Ladigan. Ladigan dumps it down, gathered on by the Barons, and back they come. They drive wide. Nice play there to knock the puck away. Offsides, and there's the call. Little delayed call on the offsides, but we eventually got it. Armstrong, Schaefer, and Schweitzer step in. Puck's one to the boards. Schweitzer looks. Gets knocked forward. Bowen steps up. He looks, chips it up to Schaefer. And Schaefer takes not a shot, but a dump down in behind the net. And Armstrong in pursuit. His shot off once, twice. 3 shots there by the Penguins, all kept out by the Barons goaltender and knocked aside. Armstrong shot, saved, rebound, shot, knocked through. Backhand shot, missed. Absolute pandemonium from the Penguins in front of the net there, and not able to bury the puck. It's going to be an icing call against the Barons. .317 to go, second period. Schweitzer steps in, won by the Barons. They come back 3-on-2. Foligno drives them wide, hits the puck. Nice play there by Foligno to step up, throws it up to Schweitzer. He goes across ice to Schaefer. Schaefer steps up and taken away by the Barons. Back comes Edmonds. Drop pass. Pass in the middle and stepped up on by Foligno. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Foligno looks, tries to go to Schaefer, does, and Schaefer and Armstrong look. Shot by Schaefer, gloved and held by the Barons goaltender. .245 to go, second period. Won by Goldberg. We've got Goldberg, Lohr, and Baru out. Wazacki and Foligno. Back come the Barons. Wide driven and knocked around to Foligno. Foligno goes behind the net, rims it around to Baru. Baru gets it up to Goldberg. Goldberg chips it and gathered on by the Barons. Back they come. Foligno steps up. Shot. Goes wide of the net and in behind. Foligno circles around, chips it up to Baru, who goes to Goldberg, who tried to go back to Baru, but was back checked nicely or taken over nicely from behind there. Now Foligno goes up, gets it to Baru. It's out, but not up further. Now Goldberg's got a step. He comes in, tries to go around the defenseman, but nice play there by the Barons. And the Barons come out. They go cross ice, and in they come 3-on-2. Shot blocked by Foligno. Throws it up behind or off the skate of Baru, and now the Barons have a chance. Stepped up on nicely there by Zachy. Zachy goes to Lohr. Lohr looks, he's got Baru. Cut off nicely by Edmonds. And back in comes Edmonds. Offsides are the Barons. 1:30 to go, second period. We're apparently getting rickrolled. Pretty much feels like this entire trip. All right, so we're going to have Vickers, Schaefer, and Schweitzer with Bowen and Ladigan. Won by the Penguins. Ladigan chips it up into Schaefer's stick. Tips past him, and into the corner it goes. Vickers in pursuit, Schaefer in pursuit, and Vickers takes ownership with a nice pass from Schaefer. Back into the corner. Schweitzer comes over now. He goes to Vickers. Looks. Centering pass, misses, and goes past Bowen at the point, and he'll come back and gather it on. He looks, circles, head up, and throws it up the middle, cut off, and nice back check there by Schweitzer to knock the puck off his stick. Offsides, not called, but was offsides, and back to center ice. Gathered on by Bowen. He tries to chip it, not able to get by or do so. Puck on stick, shot, saved and held by Brushett. Late whistles coming from the officials on this side of the ice. Not real sure why, because they're getting nice quick ones on the other side. Oh, no. Good. Official didn't even have Vickers all the way in the face-off circle. He drew the puck. Apparently we are playing speed hockey. Schaefer takes it, has Schweitzer, goes to him. Schweitzer's got a step. Can he get by? Gets by, shot, just goes wide of the net. Gathered on by Schaefer. He looks, shot, gloved and held by the Barons goaltender. Be nice if the Penguins would stop shooting to the glove side of this goaltender, because he is not going to give you anything there. So many of these young goaltenders, very, very strong on their glove side. Now, get in. Puck out to the point. Bowen surveys, looks, goes down to Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks, throws it in front, tipped wide by Schaefer. And up to the blue line. Back come the Barons. Nope, gathered on by Ladigan. And knocked back to center red. Gathered on by Schweitzer. Schweitzer's got a step, and there's a hard slash after the whistle. Schweitzer will protest, and nothing's going to be called. We'll join you momentarily for third period action. All right, so there was a penalty called against the Barons at the end of that period for a slash. So the Penguins will go on to the power play. Beginning of the third period here. They're going to do something. Now's the time. Time to put one in the net. Taken into the zone. Gathered on by Baru. Goes to Siegel. Puck bounces over lower stick. And back on the Barons now. In they come. Stepped up on by Zachi. Drives wide. Shot blocked by Zachi. Foligno comes down. And attempted centering pass goes up to Baru now. Baru throws it up the ice. And Siegel in pursuit. Barons go up, chip it back to center red, and Pens throw it cross ice. Gathered on by the Barons. And stepped up on by Foligno. Foligno's going to carry it himself. Said, I've had enough of this. We're going to go. Gets by one, gets by two. Shot! Oh, knocked. Rebound. Two shot. Rebound. Not able to get it home. And out come the Barons now. Baru on his high horse to get back. He comes back, steps up on the player in center ice. Edmonds does a circle, spinorama, and stepped up on by Ladigan. Ladigan takes some stick work, gets it back to center red. And 20 seconds left on the power play. Cuts across, looks, shot, knocked down by Brushett, gathered on by Ladigan. Vickers throws it up to Lohr, and Lohr chips it back up to center red. Armstrong, though, on his horse, moving, inside out move, shot, stopped again by the Barons goaltender. Not sure what more they can do besides get an absolute cannon to shoot one in the net. Just can't beat this kid. He's playing phenomenally. Two seconds remaining on the power play. Vickers steps in, wins it to Armstrong. Armstrong looks, shot, deflected, saved by the Barons goaltender. Up high to Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks. He cycles, comes back down, gets it knocked off his stick. And back on the Barons now, 2-on-2. Ladigan takes him wide. Does work in the corner. Vickers comes down. He gathers the puck, goes up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer and Armstrong up 2-on-2 now. Schweitzer looks, shot. Blocker down by the goaltender of the Barons. Shot blocked, and back on the Barons now. Owen steps up with Ladigan there. They knock it away from the player, and back on the Pens now. Armstrong looks, surveys, drives wide, shot off the Barons goaltender into the corner. Nice rebound control there. And they try to go up ice, coming offside, and we'll have a whistle with 11:29 to go. Third period. Puck goes up to center ice. Goldberg chips it by. Baru stays onside. He tries to drive. Not able to do so, though. And they go and do battle. Lohr gathers on. Looks. He's shot. Goes into the corner. And Goldberg comes down. Tries to rim it around. Met by one of the Barons players. And back they come. High is Lohr. He keeps it onside. Tries to go down to Baru. That's knocked off his stick. Stepped up on by Zachi. Penguin coming against the Barons. No, against the Penguins. He watched them gather the puck, take it all the way back, and then outlet it before making the call. Had his arm up for a good 5 seconds. Assumed the call was against the Barons, but it goes against the Penguins. Pens are going to change their D pairing. Point shot blocked by Foligno. And up into center. Back on the Barons now. They go wide. Ladigan steps up. Shot. Score over the blocker of Brushett. 4-0 Barons. Goldberg, Baru, and Lohr with Bowen and Ladigan as your defensive pairing. 4-0 Barons. Knocked up to the point, gathered on by Lohr. And they chip it up, go around the first. Looked out like a cross ice. And back they come. Bowen comes back. He pressures. Gathered, shot wide. Bowen in behind the net now. He challenges. Sent it out front to Goldberg. He comes down low and gathers it. Now Baru's going to push. It's going to be chased from behind. And over to the corner it goes. They look. Cross ice pass again. And over comes Ladigan. He looks. Throws it up to center ice and gathered on by the Barons. Kicks off of Owen. Goldberg's back. He looks. Chips it up to Baru. Past him and back to center red. In come the Barons now. Stepped up on by Goldberg. And they come. Back pass. Little toe drag in front. That one goes wide. Back door covered by Bowen and Goldberg there and thrown back down. Not for icing. And it'll be pressured by Armstrong. Edmonds pulls up. And changes direction. He gets the puck knocked off his stick by Armstrong. Nice play there not to give up by Armstrong and continue moving. Over to the far side, held in by Zachi. And up to center. Back to Foligno. Foligno looks, surveys, chips it up and off the boards. In come the Barons. Penguins doing a lot of standing still down the ice looking for passes while the Barons are all flushing towards the puck. And it's kind of causing the Pens some trouble because every time there's a pass, they just come from the backside and push forward. They're able to knock it off. I don't know. Pens seemingly are playing a very good game right now. Just having trouble burying the puck, and it's hurting them. That one's thrown up to center red to Zachi. He surveys, goes to Vickers. Vickers goes to Schaefer. Schaefer goes to Armstrong. Armstrong comes in 1-on-3. Drives wide, shot over the post. I think he missed by a millimeter. Gathered on now, Vickers' shot. That shot's blocked and goes into the corner. Schaefer throws it in front, blocked, and just missed Vickers coming around the backside. Down into the corner we go. Looks, thrown, onside, back down comes Zachi. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Zachi pulls up, turns, looks, hits Armstrong. Armstrong surveys, goes cross ice off the skate of Schaefer and down into the zone. Puck thrown to the point, nobody there. Pens were changing. Look, go D to D, and Ladigan pulls up, stops, and then goes back to Lohr. Lohr comes in, tries to get it to Vickers, knocked away by the defenseman. And out they come. Goldberg steps up, that misses him. Bowen steps up, that goes around him. Vickers comes back, pass in front, goes wide, and in behind. Ladigan throws it up, gathered on by the Barons. Bowen gathers on. Chips it up and knocked off a Goldberg stick and down it goes. Siegel, with the play there, but still bounces forward. In come the Barons. They continue in wave. Shot wide. Back behind the net, challenged by two. Bowen gathers, looks. Puck gets stuck up on the boards. He does battle down low. Siegel comes down. Now Bowen gathers it again. He looks. Throws it up to Goldberg. Goldberg gets it stuck on the Baron skate. Now him and Lohr come up together. Goes wide. Looks. And looks. Doesn't go to the point. Now does. Goes to Bowen. Bowen looks. Shot. Deflected once. Twice. Stops in front. Shot by Siegel. And kicked aside by the Barons goaltender. That one's thrown off of Ladigan. And up to Siegel. Back goes the puck. They get in behind, 2-on-1. Bowen covers the pass. Siegel comes back down from his center position. Is able to put pressure on the puck carrier. Out they come from the corner. Shot blocked once, tipped away, rebound there, shot high stick. And the puck's going to go all the way down into the Baron zone. .43 to go. Officials having a conference. We've got Schweitzer, Armstrong, Schaefer, Foligno, and Zachy. Shot and bounces off the Barons goaltender and back out front. Another high stick. Waved off. Why? I don't know, because it was a high stick. And back to Foligno. Foligno shuffles it down, hits the Barons player. Gathered on by Schweitzer. He throws it down low to Armstrong, kicks over his stick. Armstrong looks, tries to go out front to Schaefer. Back on the Barons. They've got a man free. Can they get it to him? In the feet of Zachy, and they race into the corner. Zachy rims it around, comes all the way out, and back to center red go the Barons. They go D to D. Schweitzer with a hand-eye out of the air. And back it goes. Barons outlet up to the side. Stepped up on by Schweitzer. Kicked off of Zachy's skate. And back they come 2-on-2 now. Foligno backs in. Drives them wide. High pass. Stepped up on by Schaefer, but it goes to the point. And they dump it back in. Zachy comes over. Dumps it around to Armstrong. Armstrong finds Schweitzer, hits off his skate, but now Schaefer tries to get it there, and that's cut off by the D of the Barons. So Zachy comes back. He's going to rush cross ice, dump it in. And Pens are going to do mostly a wholesale change. Armstrong's the only one left. Cross ice pass for an outlet, and back they come. Back checked by Siegel. Taken by Bowen, up to Siegel again. Siegel looks, goes cross ice for Baru. Baru comes in, drives wide, does a spin move, tries to go to Lohr, just misses his stick, and stepped up on by Bowen. And Siegel comes back, chips it up to Lohr, and Lohr is offside, throws the puck. No, it's onside, threw it for Baru, cross ice. And it was onside, so back come the Barons. They dump the puck back in, gathered on by Bowen. He tries to go cross ice to Baru, hits a stick, and now he comes over and challenges. Knocks the puck off the player's stick. Vickers gathers it, misses Baru. And now Lohr challenges. Back come the Barons. Shot off of Ladigan. Throws it up to Lohr. Lohr takes a rough ride, goes up to Baru. And up now to Vickers. Knocked away from him. Back come the Barons. Driven inside, 2-on-1. Shot, pass, went through everybody. And Vickers down low. Gathers on. Goes cross ice to Schaefer. Nice move there by Schaefer. And he comes 1-on-2. Drives wide, and back come the Barons now. Go drag at the blue line, knocked away, but followed on by one of the defensemen gathered. Stepped up on by Ladigan, looks for Schaefer, gets it to him, and just off of his stick and gathered on by the Barons. 21 to go. And in and covered by... Okay, that's the camera battery. I can't do anything about it. We may lose feed here shortly, folks. The battery is dying on my camera, and we've got 2:13 to go. So if it dies, I don't know enough time to get it back in and everything back up. So if it dies, we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully, so the Barons are going to go to the box now, too. The Penguins on the power play. 2:13 to go. They've got a minute and 30 power play. Won by Vickers, shot by Schaefer, and knocked into the corner. Up to Foligno. Foligno gets that one knocked back, and up come the Barons now shorthanded. Puck goes into the corner, shot into the chest of Brushett, and he's going to hold on. Oh, a little melee in front of the net. .158 to go. Knocked up by Foligno, pressured by two Penguins, followed on by Zachary. Over to Schweitzer, he gets it to... Got it to Schaefer. Apparently it was just offsides. Puck tied up, taken by Schaefer. He looks, chips it around, goes in to do work behind the net. Throws it across, goes in pursuit of Schweitzer. Foligno steps up. He's not able to hold it in, and back come the Barons. And they come 1-on-3, 1-on-2, now 1-on-1. Shot knocked aside by Brushett. Up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer chips it around, and he'll go in and dig. Knocked around to Schaefer. Schaefer looks, goes to the point to Zachary. Zachary steps in, takes a few strides, shot, gloved, no, not held, but knocked into the corner, backdoor pass, tipped wide by Schweitzer. Penguins just don't have it today. They're working hard, doing the right things, and just can't bury the puck. Simple things like just tapping a backdoor pass in are just not working for them. And it's disappointing because they played really well and find themselves down 4-0. They just can't score. Offsides of the Barons with 35 seconds to go. Siegel, Baru, Goldberg, Bowen, and Ladigan. Puck chipped up. Siegel calls for it, gets it, and in it'll come. Goes to Goldberg wide. Goldberg looks, shot off the glove into the corner. And back come the Barons. They look to come up. Try to hold it along the boards. Aren't able to do so. And up come the Barons now. Ladigan comes across. Bowman covers the front. And that'll do it. All right, we'll see you next weekend.